Danger Zone. I'm Maverick.
You're Matt. You would totally be Goose
I don't know.
because you have lighter hair.
What are you talking about?
Like if you were to grow your hair out, mine would be way darker.
Yeah,
So you can't be Maverick.
but
Plus,
well,
I'm better looking.
well, I'm better at flying a plane.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it is true you have horrible navigation skills, so you couldn't be Goose.
That's not true. Just on Call of Duty.
That's true. You are pretty good with, you come here once a year and like, oh, we're on 66th Street and we're going north or
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
I know where things are at. I might not know the
There you
street
go.
name, but I can find my way on.
Then you're Goose.
Whatever.
So everybody's probably wondering, why are we talking about Top Gun?
Because we're drinking Hop Gun.
Hop Gun, Funky Buddha.
Funky Buddha Hop Gun. From
Harry's favorite.
Oakland Park, Florida. Where's Oakland Park, Florida?
I don't know. Maybe I'll look. See, I couldn't be Goose.
I didn't have any time to research the beer. So the backstory here is that I got a gift from our dad of 24 IPAs from across the country. And so we're trying to find ones that were available to Harry over here that I had in my 24 pack. And we found there's 4 Florida beers, but this is the only one you could find at your local liquor store.
Took us forever. I mean,
the guy who worked there didn't even know.
Well, the guy who worked there, he was great. He was like, I showed him like the 4 or so that you showed me. And by the way, Oakland Park is just north of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I think I've seen this Hop Gun before. I know we had it. But he said that beers go in and out of there so much that it's hard for him to keep track of actually what's there. So we looked around for like 10 minutes looking for this thing, and we kind of gave up. So I'm like, well, I'll just look around, and I finally found it in a 6-pack, 12-ounce cans for like $8 or something.
See, it's going to be hard for me to rank value on this because it was free.
Well, I think. Well, what is that? A big bottle?
No, it's just a 12-ounce bottle.
Oh, it looks like a big bottle. I think you can go off of a 6-pack of them for $8. We'll just use my price.
That's really good.
Yeah, but
I didn't bring a glass. Did you?
Nope. Want me to grab one?
No, it's good.
Okay. Let's crack it open.
Crack her open.
First ever for Bald and Harry. I have a can. Tony has a bottle.
My memory hasn't been very good lately, and I forgot that I put this thing in the freezer. So let's just make sure that it's okay.
It smells kind of fruity.
It smells really good.
It smells like hoppy, citrusy, and balanced on the can. I definitely say it's citrusy.
Yeah,
like
it smells
most
really good.
Florida beers. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that is good.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
For a non-IPA guy, I kind of like this so far.
That is really good.
Fine. I mean, we'll see until the end, but normally we say the cool cans have crap beer.
Yeah.
Pretty cool can.
And this is a cool label and a cool name too.
Well, Funky Buddha makes a lot of beers I've seen. Never had one, but
this is good.
It kind of tastes like a High Life, if you ask me.
It's not quite as hoppy as a High Life for me.
No. So it's like a High Life that I like.
It reminds me more of, there's a lot of IPAs that it says it's citrusy, but like they really focus on it being citrusy.
Right.
Like New Belgium makes a couple that are really citrusy, and this one is super good. I like this beer.
This one, like as in citrusy, if I had to explain the citrus, it's almost grapefruity.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like orange
or lime.
Right.
7% alcohol.
That's fair.
Yeah. For how easy this beer goes down, that's pretty high, I think.
It's pretty yummy. The ratings will be interesting. But don't forget that
it doesn't say the
say the what?
IBUs.
It doesn't. I'll Google it. You know, when we first tasted Pseudo Sue, we were very excited too, remember?
Yeah.
We're like, whoa, this is good. So we'll see.
Yeah, could get nasty towards the end. So I don't want to, like, it's cool that I got all this beer and all these IPAs, but I don't want to force them on you.
That's all right. I mean,
because, every once,
any
like,
beer with you, you know?
Like, maybe we can go, like, every third week or something.
Yeah.
Because there are, like, a lot of breweries that I see every once in a while, you know, like at normal type stuff that we see every day on the shelf.
You have a visitor or something?
Oh, Stacy was knocking on the window because she would have a fire pit going and she got it roaring.
Fire pit during the day? Interesting choice.
It's going to be dark here pretty soon. What time is it?
Oh, 20 to 6 for me. I still have maybe a half an hour of daylight. It's all cloudy. It's hard to tell. I don't know where the freaking sun is. By the way, the website gave it 60 IBUs.
60 IBUs. The Funky Buddha website?
Yep. And it does say bottles, cans, and draft. So I'll keep my eyes open for it if I'm ever at a bar.
Did you see the cap?
I don't have a cap.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have a can. It says Bream, BREAM, like it's in like periods in between. So it's like it's supposed to mean something. And it's not Funky Buddha because there's no F.
Maybe they're just being clever.
Maybe.
This is good though. I like it.
Maybe I was gonna say maybe it's dream, but instead,
right? That's what
you have a B for beer.
It's a play on dream.
Dream, a beer dream. I think I've had a couple of those.
On the bottom of the can, it gives like whatnot, but it also says good karma.
The top of my, like the bottle cap says, open the bottle, open your mind.
I guess that's the Buddha aspect.
Yeah.
So, Bald and I have picked up a new hobby. A hobby that we really suck at. We're really good at drinking beer. That's our first hobby. We're really bad at playing Call of Duty.
Oh, but it's so much fun.
It is fun, you know, but
you're bad, but I'm so much worse than you.
It's pretty bad, guys. When I play with this guy, I can tell he's having a lot of fun. He's into it, but
I've never played a first-person shooter before. Never.
Just
Have you played a
yeah, I
first person
played.
shooter?
I used to play them a lot. I haven't played them in a long time.
Dude, it's so hard.
I mean,
I can't even get a shot off before some dude blasts me in the back of the head.
but the thing is, the dudes that are playing that game, they seriously play for like 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And they're normally like 14-year-olds who get home from school and they play until dinner, and then they'll eat dinner, and then they'll go in and play again.
Yeah.
The best time to play games like that,
I mean, it's fun.
like when the kids go back to school, and if you like log in at like noon, it's a lot easier.
Then you get some normal guys in there.
Yeah. But our friend Dustin is kind of teaching us the ways of Call of Duty.
Yeah. I went over to his house for 5 hours last night to get some tutorial.
Did you learn?
It goes so fast, it's hard.
He's good though. Did he win at all when you were there?
No, he didn't. But I mean, I don't want to bore the viewers with like Call of Duty terms, but you can play by yourself, or you can play with one person, or you can play with more than one person, and it's called quads. Well, he joined a couple people, just random people, to play in a quad, and the other two people dropped out before the game even started, and he still won it all by himself, even though there was teams of 3 or 4 going after him.
It's pretty impressive.
100 people in these games at a time. I think that I got 15th one time in a solo.
And how many kills did you have?
0.
Were you just hiding in a bathroom somewhere?
I know another guy in a solo. He won 0 kills. He won the whole thing.
How does that work?
The other guy must have like ran into a tripwire or something.
Like somebody else's tripwire, or maybe he fell off the map or something.
Yeah. Is that your dogs?
Yeah, there's a squirrel.
So should we think about rating this beer?
Yeah, for sure.
Drinkability. I'm almost done, dude.
I'm almost done. Considering what it is, it's got to rate pretty high, right?
I could drink this all day.
I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm going to give it a 5.
5?
Yeah. It's so good. This is a great beer.
You know, before I go on air every time, like I do a microphone check to make sure everything's working right, because sometimes the USB isn't working or whatever. And it always says, say something, whatever. And the line that I always use is, this is a good beer. Flavor. There's a lot of flavor in there.
I know. I'm gonna give it a 4 because there's some room for a little bit more, but it is really good.
This is really hard for me because I'm not a IPA guy. So do I let that count against it? Like, do I go on my scale, or do I go on, out of all the IPAs I've had, where do I?
Yeah.
Like, my scale, I'll give it a 3. But if I'm comparing it against other IPAs, I'd give it a 4.
So which one are you gonna go with?
I don't know. I've never been more perplexed in a review. All right, that burp told me I'm giving it a 4. I tasted it. Burp.
It was good.
It's a good one. Because sometimes you burp and like, especially with an IPA, like the bitter, all you taste is the bitterness in a burp. You're just like,
But it was a
oh.
good burp.
And I have not made a single sour face in this video.
Yeah.
Normally an IPA, I'm at least like,
Yeah.
our mom is not going to like this video because that's her favorite parts of our video.
Yeah. We both love this beer. How about value? You paid $8. I'm going to go off of your $8.
Right, $8.
Even though I'm assuming if we did have it here in Nebraska, it'd probably be closer to 10, just because it, you know.
Right, because it's not a huge distributor. I'm for sure on that.
But $8. All of them up.
That's a 5.
I would give that a 5 on value for $8 if I'm buying this beer. I would drink this a ton.
Dude, this is
if I could get it at my store for $8.
This is the highest rated beer for you.
In value?
No, in total.
Oh, overall?
You've only took 1 point away.
Yeah.
That is by far the highest beer you've rated.
Higher than the what was it? Shoot.
I have all of them right here. I have my laptop up.
Oh, the Four Loko? It was higher than the Four Loko?
Four Loko. Yeah, because I think you gave a 3 somewhere in Four Loko.
Flavor?
I'm pulling up the results right now. I really should just have this on a spreadsheet somewhere. That would be smart. But I'm not a smart man. It doesn't want to pull it up.
Dude, I have one more sip left. I gotta calm down.
Aren't you jealous because I have another one?
Yes.
I have 5 more of them, actually. All right, well, my computer doesn't want to bring that up, but I think that's the highest beer any of us have rated.
5, 4, 5.
Only 1 point deduction. I mean, value for me, I'll give it a 3. Again, only because I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't go buying this for the heck of it, you know?
No. Like, for example, I'm not going to buy another 6-pack of this. We say it all the time, but if I'm in some bar somewhere and I don't know what to order, and that's on the menu,
you might be like, hey, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. Remind me when we go down there, when I come down there.
Yeah, we'll pick some up.
Some funky Buddha. Gosh.
Maybe we can drive over to Fort Lauderdale.
This is like a top 5 beer for me.
Do you like it more than you like High Life?
And I don't even know if I like High Life so much because of the flavor. But it's just, it has that, it's like the nostalgia or whatever. Not necessarily nostalgia, but.
So you drink High Life at Tropicana Field. Did you see Tropicana Field news?
Covering the whole upper deck?
There will be no upper deck at Tropicana Field.
Dude, do you know that the ballpark in Omaha will hold more people than the Trop?
I believe it. I absolutely believe it. That's I love how they go, oh, it's to create a more intimate setting and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, that's because you only get 10,000 people there, and now you can't get a cheaper ticket.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I mean, like, for example, if a family of 4 is going to a game and they don't have a ton of money, where are they going to sit? Upper deck.
Yeah. What they were doing before is buying upper deck tickets and then just moving down.
Well, that's true. So maybe that's why they're doing it. They're going, well, screw you guys, you can't buy upper deck tickets. Or,
Well,
what we do, for example, when you're down here is we find the cheapest ticket and we just stand out.
and then standing in the outfield.
I'm cracking open this other one, by the way.
You suck. I'm saving this last drink. But you know what I wish they do is just go dirt cheap on everything. And if not the tickets, then just make the concessions like what the Falcons did, where you can buy a beer at the game for like $5. You can buy a hot dog for $2 instead of $5.
Right.
Just make it so affordable that people want to go.
And they do that because they are one of the only teams where you can bring in your own food.
Yeah, but that's lame.
I agree.
A hot dog or
I absolutely agree. But again, bringing back that family of four. But, no, I think you're right though, because let's say you're a kid and you go to the ball game, and then you're the family that's sitting there with a prepackaged popcorn or a ham sandwich. That's not going to a baseball game.
Can you get me one of these?
Production assistant.
Yeah, I got to untie his shoe and they'll pay me back with the beer.
You have to untie his shoe?
So,
are you going to be able to do that one-handed?
I'm holding the selfie stick in between my legs right now. But it's going to be worth it.
You could probably do that all the time.
So, but yeah, I mean, you're a kid. You want a hot dog.
And then your mom will be like, "I'll make a hot dog and bring it." You're like, "No, that's not the same."
Yeah, dude. There's this commercial, this radio commercial, and it's so true. Like once you're a parent, you'll realize this, and not even that. Once you're an adult, and you realize this about your parents. But it's this kid talking to his dad, and he's talking about this terrible experience at the ballpark. His dad takes him to a game, and he wants like cotton candy or whatever, and they walk all around the whole thing. They can't find cotton candy. The dad's carrying him on his shoulders. Like they get to finally find the cotton candy stand in their house. And you know what the dad's thinking right then? Like, oh my God, damn it, son of a bitch. But then the kid says, "Hey, Dad, remember when that happened? That was so awesome that you tried so hard to find me cotton candy."
Very nostalgic commercial.
Yeah. And it's like, the kid doesn't want you to bring popcorn from home. The kid wants to get popcorn from the vendor.
I agree.
Or hot dog,
And they allow you to bring in bottled water. Kid doesn't want bottled water at the game.
No, you don't want a bottled water. You want a frozen lemonade.
Or you can get, and this I don't get. It's Tropicana Field, who I believe is owned by Pepsi, but you get a Coke.
Yeah. Was it last year that they switched?
Yeah, last year they switched from Pepsi, which makes sense, to Coke.
Yeah.
So
Coke must have thrown them a hell of a deal.
That means you cannot buy a Tropicana juice
in Tropicana Field.
Tropicana Field. I'm pretty sure you can buy a Minute Maid at Minute Maid Stadium.
But they can't name it Minute Maid because then there'd be two Minute Maids.
Minute Maid Junior?
Yeah. Minute Maid nobody here.
You like how my lighter matches my beer? Look at that.
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, like, what's going to happen, and this is wishful thinking, obviously. What if the Rays go to the playoffs? And they have the tiny...
the upper deck.
It's true. All they do is cover them with tarps. And I love how they're like, oh, a renovation. They bought a tarp and put it over seats. That's not a renovation. Like, this is top of the $15 million they spent. That's not a renovation.
The A's cover up their upper deck too.
Yeah, but the
Just that
A's.
people don't talk about it because, for one, they're in California and people don't talk about California baseball. And for two, unless it's the Dodgers. And for two, their stadium is so big. Their stadium holds like 70,000 people.
Right,
If you take
exactly.
the tarps off.
They don't need the upper deck because it's just so huge.
Yeah.
I mean, so like for example, if the Rays played at Raymond James, they wouldn't need the upper deck because there would still be 60,000
because
seats.
60,000. Yeah. Dude, have you ever been to a college football national championship game in Raymond James Stadium?
No.
Ask me if I have.
Hey, Tony, have you ever been to Game 7 of the ALCS?
No, I haven't.
Which one would you rather go to?
I don't know. How much money did it cost?
For me?
Did you get to go on a big trip for free?
Well, we all benefited from that trip. Let's
That's
just face it.
true. You got to see Flo Rida.
Let me see if I can find that picture. My favorite picture
No.
I've ever
dude.
ever taken of you.
No.
This I mean, for people listening, it was literally, we did not expect. We were at this like first class private party the day
it was
before.
so classy and
like they had
we came so underdressed.
They had like this buffet. You remember how cold it was too? I mean, it was like 40 degrees outside and it's Florida.
It was colder than that. You said it had never been that cold in Florida since you lived there.
That was the coldest I had it.
It was like 35 degrees outside.
But so we didn't really know what to expect, and we
thought we were going out to a concert.
Right.
Right. We didn't know that there was going to be this fancy cocktail party.
Like they said we were VIP, but we thought that meant like, oh, we'd be like in the front and we'll have our own bar in this outdoor concert. See if I can find this. This was great.
But instead he caught me being a fat man.
No, it wasn't even that you were fat man. It was just the way you were dressed compared to everybody else. Yes. I'm so glad I found it. And maybe I'll put this picture like at the end of the video or something.
What? American Football Conference. It's like beer man.
You look like you're in the movie Strange Brew. Like, I mean, there's these, girls in mini dresses and guys in suits and ties, and there's Tony with his.
And we just came so underdressed. My old Navy jacket and fuzzy hat that my wife made me.
I love that picture. I got to make sure that one never goes away. What are you doing the rest of the night, dude? It's weird you didn't have to work on a Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's very weird. But I have to work tomorrow, so hitting the hay at some point. Probably sitting out by the fire.
I mean, you have to
some brats
over the fire.
Probably not. We could, but
that would take a long time. Like hot dogs on a fire, that makes sense,
but raw brats.
Right. You could boil your brats in some beer. Though personally, I think that's a waste of beer.
Yeah, and it's not that good. They don't get I like to have like a little bit of crispiness to them.
Exactly. That's the best recipe, is to boil your brats and then grill them.
Yeah. 21-0 Colts.
So if the Colts win, the Chiefs play the
Colts. Yeah. Lightning won last night.
Lightning.
Was it last night?
No, it was the night before. Dude, Lightning are unstoppable. They haven't lost a game in regulation since November. It's unheard of. It's like the second longest streak.
Stamkos.
Every one of them.
I don't know any player but Stamkos. So.
You only know Stamkos?
Yeah.
You don't even know like Hedman or Vasilevsky or Braden Point.
What's the goalie's name?
Vasilevsky.
Okay, I don't know him. Is he number 88?
No, that is Kucherov, who is probably
I know him.
Kucherov is probably the best player in the league.
I know.
88.
Well, what about what's his name for Washington?
Ovechkin?
Yes.
No, that dude's just old.
Or 87 for Pitt.
Sidney Crosby. That guy's and I don't use this word very often. I'm not a big fan of the word. That dude's a pussy. Literally a pussy. I reserve that word for the likes of Sidney Crosby.
Does he have a bunch of goons on his team?
Yes. Yeah, he does not fight. But he'll do dirty moves. Like, for example, he took a guy's finger off a couple years ago because he slashed him in the hand. And because of that, they changed the rules of hockey that if you touch the hands with your stick, it's a hooking call. It's a Sidney Crosby rule.
He took a guy's finger off?
Yes.
Don't they wear gloves?
Yes, really thick gloves. But he hit the guy so hard in the hands with his stick that the guy pulled off his glove and his finger was just hanging by a thread.
No way.
I swear to God, look it up. I'll find the video and send it to you.
Dude, I still haven't gotten any Miller Lite swag.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Getting a little disappointed.
You gonna send some my way since I introduced you to Miller Lite?
Maybe. You didn't. I had Miller Lite before you were able to drink.
I understand. But you were like, Bud Light and Busch is the best, man. And I'm like, dude, you should really try Miller Lite. It's pretty good. You're like, yeah, no, I just like my Bud Light. And then all of a sudden you started buying them. You're like, I think you're right, dude. These are pretty legit.
Now I'm the guy commercial where the king is like, 2 Bud Lights, please. And he's like, but I don't like Bud Light. They ruled for me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never seen that Bud Light commercial?
No.
Oh my gosh, you don't watch TV then.
I don't watch a ton of live TV.
Have you watched Bird Box?
Bird Box was great.
You watched it?
Yeah.
No. Is it freaky?
I don't like scary movies. It's not a scary movie. It's a suspenseful movie. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I hate scary movies.
I hate scary movies too. I don't.
The big roller coasters and scary movies. Those are the two things I don't like.
Like ghost movies and stuff like that?
Exactly. That's true. No way. I don't like slasher films, whatever. I'll watch those. But like seriously, the thing that has messed me up to today is The Sixth Sense.
Really?
Yes. Like the scene where the kid has to pee in the middle of the night.
Did you see it in the movie theater?
I did. And
you did? You were young then.
Yeah, but it was a PG-13 movie. It's whatever. But you know the scene where the kid goes pee at night and he doesn't want to because he knows what's going to happen. And so he goes pee and like all of a sudden the temperature gets cold. And he sees something like run by the bathroom door. He's like, "Oh shit. Oh shit." So he like walks into the kitchen and he thinks it's his mom. So he's like, "Oh, it's just my mom. It's all good." And the fucker turns around and it's like this demon child like trying to like grab him. Every time I wake up to go pee in the middle of the night, which doesn't happen by the way, very often, I have to sit there and think, do I really need to
for me last night?
Dude. Go have Dr. Moline.
Dude, there are 2 movies I will always remember seeing in the theater. Number 1,
You're cutting
it was kind of a double date.
A double date?
Hear me now?
Yeah, you're good now.
It was a double date. And just the screams in the theater. Like every time a ghost showed up,
What
Everybody
movie was it?
screamed. It was a Sixth Sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it?
And then the other one was Titanic, because I didn't even know what Titanic was. And we decided to go to a movie, me and the boys. We went to it, and it was like PG-13.
And you got to see
And
boobs.
it showed boobs. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Why were there so many people in
Jackpot!
this?
Because you were like 14
It
years
was
old.
like, you know, when you go to the movie theater and they have like the one huge theater,
Yeah.
and then they have the other ones that are just like regular size. It was the huge theater, and it was packed.
Dude,
I had no idea what this movie was. I went to the movie like Five Guys, Titanic. But I'll never forget that. It was like Bishop and Rothy and
That's hilarious.
like all the guys.
And all of you were high-fiving when you saw boobs?
In fact, the one thing that both of these movies have in common was that Bishop was there with both of them.
The double date was with Bishop?
Yeah. I was dating this girl, and we were trying to hook Bishop up with her friend.
I miss Bishop. That dude is awesome. Cool dude. I saw Titanic with our mom, and that was awkward.
You went with mom?
Yep.
Why would you go to Titanic with mom?
Because it was a national sensation, and she wanted to see the movie, so I went with her. And
I didn't even know what it was. I'd never seen a commercial for it.
Wait. Time out. It's called Titanic. What do you think it is?
Well, yeah, I assumed it was about the Titanic, but I didn't know that there was a movie that existed about the Titanic, starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Dude, it was the biggest thing of the year. Like, that was...
I know, and I knew nothing about it.
Up until recently, which actually I think was Avatar, another James Cameron movie, that was still like the top grossing movie of all time.
Wasn't Avatar the only reason it was top grossing is because it was like the first movie to really use like the 3D and stuff like that?
They had 3D a long time ago before that.
No, yeah, but like really use it with super technology and stuff.
No, people love the story, and again,
I watched the movie and I thought it was crap. I thought the story was crap. I don't even remember it.
It's basically Pocahontas,
which I've never seen.
Well, you know the story of Pocahontas, where the white guy comes in and basically kind of screws everybody. But yeah, I imagine sitting, because I was like 12, maybe. I don't know, maybe younger. So you're sitting right next to your mom, and then there's Kate Winslet's boobs right there. And you're just like...
I think that they rated it PG-13 because they aren't even that great.
Well, they rated PG-13 because it wasn't in a sexual way. It was a...
Yeah, but it's 12-year-old boys. Any visual of that is in a sexual way.
Yeah, I saw that movie 3 times in the theater. This was before, we all had access to the internet.
Yeah. All right, dude.
Yeah, man. Good beer, good choice. You got... I know it was cloudy, but you got another Florida sunset with your Florida beer.
Yeah. We could have a Nebraska sunset, but my internet doesn't reach that far.
Mine's kind of spotty. It's on the other end of the house, but it's all good. All right. Well,
all right.
Thanks for having a beer with me. Before
we could go.
Huh?
You never close your eyes anymore
when I
kiss your lips.
There's no tenderness like before in your fingertips.
Hey, we got the need
for speed. Top Gun high five. Good beer, better company. Thanks, bud. And
thank you.
Go to bed because you got to get your old balls up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll be playing Call of Duty all night with your sons. while you go to sleep.
Maybe me.
I have
Who
fun
knows?
playing Owen. Owen and I, like, we chat, like, we talk. It's cool.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, man. Thanks, though.
All right.
We'll come up with a plan for next week.
All right.
All right.
Later,
See
bro.
you.